What's up? What's up? Polo Sports Talking Entertainment here again with another one. Hit the like button, sub to the channel if you're not a member, and also hit the notification so that you're able to get all of my content and all of my videos. Now, The Matrix, Sean Marion has basically voiced his disgust in terms of what people got to say about his shot, and listen, I got to be honest with you. I don't like the disrespect. I don't like the disrespect, not only of Sean Marion, but a lot of the old school cats that have touched the floor before this generation. And what you may not realize, and what some of y'all may not realize, is that a lot of the new generation that's actually playing, that play in the league, oh, they got a lot of, I would say the majority of them, they got a lot of respect for the guys that played in the previous era. Now, Sean Marion, he came out, voiced his opinion on everything, and you could look it up. By now, it's surfaced all over the internet. But I want people to understand how extremely athletic and gifted Sean Marion truly was. Okay, the Matrix. Uh, as you know, Sean Marion is known for uh, being supremely athletic, very gifted, and the most important thing that I think that gets forgotten about Sean Marion is the fact that he's able to play defense, a very solid job on defense, um, and able to be that guy when called upon, especially when you need him on offense. If you need a bucket, if you need something in transition, if you even need a jumper, regardless of what people want to say about his jumper, this guy could pretty much, he was versatility at his best. Now, I can understand why he's frustrated. I can understand why he is frustrated. Now, he did state that. Now, I would say, like, the only thing that um when it comes to Sean Marion that I would kind of disagree with. uh, I mean, he has a high winning percentage. He did state that he had one of the highest winning percentages of all time, and he's currently at 61.1%. Now, for those of y'all that don't know or understand winning percentages, um, right now the player that has the highest winning percentage is Kawhi Leonard, and that's with 500 plus games. Okay, and then it's Magic Johnson after that. But I mean, we could go over the guys. The number of guys that come before him, and Kawhi Leonard currently holds a winning percentage of 74.5%, and that's through 500. It's Kawhi Leonard, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Casey Jones, Michael Cooper, uh, Tom Heisha, uh, Manu Ginobili, Tim Duncan, Sam Jones, Bill Russell, Tony Parker, Danny Green, and these guys were in the 70s. And some of y'all ask me why I got a guy like Dennis Rodman up there because he's got if we're talking like analytics and stuff like that, the analytic that really matters to me because I know a lot of y'all talk about value over replacement and you know defensive win shares and blah 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 all that other stuff, but really it's the win percentage that's most important because at the end of the day, that guy that is on that team, he's instantly going to bring value to your squad. That's just Magic Johnson was able to prove that. He was able to prove that throughout the stretch of playing with the Lakers. And then you got guys like you know uh, Klay Thompson, Kevin McHale, Danny Ainge, and see, I tripped out because people talk about how rated a guy like Klay Thompson is. Well, that's not true. He's not because he has a very high win percentage. Just let that sink in. And just to let you know, Sean Marion's, or again, I must state, his win percentage is 61%. Now, if you look at right, he mentioned that he was in top five in all time Suns category. Now, in terms of win percentage, he's not. But in terms of what he brought to the squad, Sean Marion Sean Marion is top five and everything. Matter of fact, they have Sean Marion ranked number 4 because he's up there. I believe in points, rebounds, steals. Let me look at that. And I know that what's his name is a son savant, but over the course of his son's career, you got to understand that he had a 93% win share, and that's great. He averaged 19.3 points, 10.4 rebounds, 2 steals, and 1.4 blocks, while shooting 47.9% from the field and 82% from the line. Uh, and another thing that doesn't get mentioned too is the fact that Sean Marion, for people that say that he can't shoot the three, well, he wasn't that bad. He was not. He was not. He wasn't that bad at all at shooting the three. It's just that you sit up there and you look at the guy's 3-point shot, like how he shoots the ball, and then automatically think that this guy is not able to shoot, or he doesn't have a good percentage when that's not the case. You got to understand that Sean Marion, that wasn't his primary role, but when you needed it, he shot it. He shot it, and he shot it. He shot it decent. Cause let's look at it. Uh, he shot percentages of 39%, 39.3%, 38.7, and this is when he just started to come into his own in 2001 and 2002. Then he shot 34%, 33%, 31%, 33%. Then he went down, of course, uh, as time went on or whatever. But I mean, he sacrificed in order to play defense. But you're talking about a career 15.2 points per game scorer. But at his prime, at Sean Marion's prime, he was good for 19. Like I said, he was good for 19.3 points per game. He was out. He had seven, and look at the rebounds and look at the blocks that he was doing. I mean, he was an unbelievable shot blocker and an incredibly gifted rebounder for his size, being only 6'7" and listed at 6'7". Because I've seen him in person. I would give him like 6'6" or something like that. I saw him in person one time. But I mean, come on, 17.3, 19.1, 21.2, 19, 19.4, 21.8, 17.5. You know, I mean, when and yes, people are gonna say, oh well, it was the system that he was running. Hey, he could have still put up buckets in any other squad and been versatile and been just as versatile. But like he was saying, he was telling everybody to, suck his briefcase and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he was disgusted, and I understand. They look at a guy's jumper, or they look at a guy from the past to how they shoot, and they think that's the deciding factor of how they guys play, how they got plays, and it shouldn't be that way. He does not get mentioned in terms of power forwards. He's got a ring in Dallas. He's got a ring in Dallas, and I think had it not been them running into a combination of the Spurs and also the Lakers, he would have had a ring with Phoenix. He definitely would have had a win in Phoenix. So you're talking about a top guy in Suns history, and then also one of the important guys that doesn't get mentioned in that Dallas championship. They don't talk about Sean Marion. They don't talk about Tyson Chandler. They don't talk about those guys. They don't talk about Jason Terry. Hell, they rarely mention Jason Kidd. But I don't like the disrespect of Sean Marion. You know, and was I guilty of? I was like, man, I never like said, oh, don't shoot the ball because I'd be like, Sean, Sean, what the hell you? Oh shit, he made it. Fuck it. When he would be shooting it because he had an unorthodox shot. There's a lot of I could name. Okay, let's go out. Let's go down the list. Everybody knows a guy that gets really forgotten about how unorthodox his shot was or ugly, whatever you want to call it. I just say unorthodox because I try not to disrespect the guys, but uh, Kevin Martin, he had an unorthodox shot, right? Anthony Mason, he had an unorthodox shot. Right, right, right. It was ugly, but hey, it went in, right? Um, you know, Larry Bird's shot wasn't it wasn't ugly per se, but people would be like, man, that's not the traditional way that you're supposed to shoot. Clyde Drexler, Clyde Drexler used to dribble with his head down, and he used to shoot unorthodox. Salute to you, Luda Ryder. I see you in the building. Make sure y'all go subscribe to the homie, Luda Ryder Sports page. Definitely popping. I see you in the building, Lou. Um, I could go on and on and on, man. I'm trying to think of some guys, man, shot at Bill Cartwright. Bill Cartwright, you know. I'd be like, man, what are you doing? Like, uh, and they got the nerve enough to, but see, Sean Marion, he was so fast, he was so quick, and he was so athletic, and he would jump so high. You know what I'm saying? I don't think people realize how high Sean Marion jumped, but it's a lot of guys shot that was, I think, cornbread, Jamal Wilkes. Uh, man, I'm trying to think. What's his name? Man, uh, Smith. He had an ugly shot. Well, I'm not going to give Brooklyn pass, and I'm definitely not going to underrate. I'm not giving Brooklyn a pass. Hey, like I told you, and if you listened to my stream yesterday, Lou, when Kyrie had, when they got the mandate lifted, hey, True Viking will tell you. I said there are no excuses now. Go back and go listen to it. Even though you got it lifted and everything, yeah, I'm great. I'm happy for you and great that you did it and everything, but you still ain't gonna get a pass if you lose. Cause now, y'all have enough pretty much to get it done. Y'all have knockdown shooters. You got a guy in Andre Drummond. You got a guy in LaMarcus Aldridge. You got uh, what's his name, Blake Griffin to a degree. You got Claxton, and of course, you got Patty Mills, all them Seth Curry. There's no excuses now. I know you don't have Ben Simmons, but Ben Simmons, I mean, yeah, while he does distributing and defense and stuff like that, still no excuse. And the way you put it on Brooklyn, I mean, the way you put it on Philly, you know, there's no excuses. Well, I think that Pippen had he had a decent shot. He just never worked on it. But he did airball a lot. Yeah, he airballed a lot, man. And a lot of big guys, they don't have, even like David Robinson. David Robinson, he had like kind of that funny looking shot. A lot of left hand guys, they got that funny looking shot. Like I was talking about with Anthony Mason, especially Anthony Mason. Remember that Lou and True Viking? Anthony Mason at the free throw line. Man, that used to just drive me nuts, man. I'll be like, man, what are you doing? He would do it at an angle. He shoot with like one hand. I'm like, man, what are you doing? But Memphis. Okay, I'm gonna talk about that a little later. Matter of fact, I'll talk about it right now. But Memphis. I know people are gonna come in here and be like, see, I told you, John Morant, he can't be an MVP. Look at his team. Look at his team. He's blessed to have a good team. If they would have lost, the energy would have been different. But having John Morant, it propels him. But it's not like John Morant is a ball stopper. And look, I know the Lakers lost last night, but I'm gonna tell you something. They look better without LeBron. And I know some people are gonna be like, "Oh man, you capping da 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 da." Those guys get to play more freely. You see how freely those guys play? Yeah, he tried to be smooth with it. I don't think Anthony Mason gets enough credit for the innovation of the point forward, because Anthony Mason, while he was in Charlotte, he would handle the ball. Um, he knew how to play make. It was just, but the guy was big and powerful. Anthony Mason could do a lot. Even Sam Perkins, he had an ugly shot, but that motherfucker would go in. That motherfucker would go in. That mother would go in, and I'm not gonna complain on how a guy, like okay, like a guy like Lonzo Ball. I wouldn't have never, the way that Lonzo shot, that's the way he been shooting his whole life or whatever. It's like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And yeah, he improved his shot and everything like that. But I think that he was listening too much to what people had to say. Even if you look at a guy like Reggie Miller, he didn't have the prettiest shot in the world. It wasn't like Ray Allen. Like to me, like a guy that had the most purest jumper, like purest form, I should say, is a guy like Ray Allen. You said a lot of teams look better when they're starting out there. Yeah, exactly. Because they get to play their game. That's why, like, our our best player last night, Lou, is who I've been talking about the whole damn season. Maxi. Tyrese Maxey. But it's somehow, some way that all gets lost. And I think I gotta watch Joel Embiid real closely, and I also, for some reason, James Harden, man, he's just like he just looks so he looks so stiff, man. He looks stiff. I mean, he's getting, he's up in there running up and down and everything. We had pretty good ball movement and stuff, but he looks so stiff. Joel Embiid, I'm kind of concerned about that back. Uh, I'm proud of Danny Green though. He hit his 25th hundred last night too. But I've been disappointed in Danny Green this whole season or whatever. Of course, a guy that doesn't get talked about either is Tobias Harris. But yeah, if when you have multiple superstars that are like taking the ball and always they have a high usage rate or whatever, you never really get to see the other players shine like that. And that's a good point, Lou. That's a good point. You get to see more, more the guys facilitate and uh, be able to create. But with Memphis, they just have, that's going to be a key thing with Memphis is their bench. That's why I think they're scary. Yeah, Suns got excellent ball movement. And see, like I told people about Aiden, he put up 35 last night. Look, Aiden can score when he wants to, but that's not, you know, they don't have him primarily out there for that. Everybody wants him to be this, put up 40 points like Embiid and all this other stuff. Look, he's up there to rim protect, rebound, and be an agile big man and set picks and set screens and also run in transition, be a weapon in transition. Listen, a big man that can run in transition, man, that's dangerous from a standpoint of you gotta have. I love a motherfucker like David Robinson. He used to be able to run in transition. Hakeem Olajuwon used to run in transition. What's up with it, Alex? Oh yeah, yeah. Look at you, y'all got that win last night. And look, Miami. Look, now they getting into it. That's gonna be a key thing. That could either really really make them, or it could really break them. The fact that Udonis Haslam and Eric Spoelstra and Jimmy Buckets had got into it last night. That because it's like, damn, y'all winning, but That motherfucker United, man, I'll beat your ass. I'll beat your ass. Man, come here, Jimmy. Jimmy, I'll beat your ass. Jimmy, where you going? Jimmy. Jimmy, get your ass over here, boy. You don't walk away from me when I'm talking to you. Jimmy. Jimmy, get your ass over here. Ooh, boy, when we get in that locker room, man, I'm going to whoop your ass. Ooh, you just wait. You wait till we get in that locker room. Wait till we get in that locker room. I'll beat your ass. Look at that, Lou. You see that, Lou? You see that, Alex? I'm going to beat your ass. Man, hold me back, man. Hold me back. He's like, Pops, sit down. Pops, we ain't got time for that right now. No, I ain't sitting down. Pops, go take your medicine, man. Go take your medicine. No, man, fuck y'all. Get my cognac. Nigga, I ain't got a plate, nigga. No, I already did my work. You get your ass out there and play, boy. Pop, sit your ass down. That's what Udonis Haslem was doing. And that, hey, listen. Udonis Haslem, man, you know, they like family, you know, they like family in that bitch. They really like family. I don't think that it was that big of a deal. You know, Eric Spoelstra, and then Eric Spoelstra trying to act all tough. Now, Jimmy, you better come over here and sit down like we told you to. You better go sit down like I told you to. But Udonis Haslem, man, he'll get in your shit. I don't know, but you know, Jimmy from Texas too, man. You know what I'm saying? He ain't want to be fucked with, but I don't think he wanted any. I don't think he wanted no parts of Udonis Haslem. I don't think he wanted no parts of that. Boy, don't you disrespect your father like that. What's wrong with you? Oh man, that's like an uncle. That's like a older uncle that just sit around, don't say too much, but man, once you piss that motherfucker off, he, you know, you could tell that military, that Marine come out of him and shit like that. That motherfucker be silent. What the fuck you say? You disrespect me like that, boy? What the fuck wrong with you? It kind of remind me. It kind of remind me of. I don't know if y'all ever seen Celebrity Fit Club, but when Dustin Diamond, God rest his soul, the Screech from Saved by the Bell, for those of y'all that are old enough to remember, you know, he pissed the guy Harvey. Harvey is he's a personal trainer, but a lot of people don't know that Harvey was a Marine. He was a former Marine. And then I think he said, your target weight loss. And then all of a sudden, I think Dustin Diamond said something crazy, and he said, what the fuck did you say? He's like, man, he said, oh, mop the floor with your punk ass. And I mean, he just went off. They had to restrain Harvey. And this is what this is what it was like. Man, you had like 3-4 niggas trying to hold Udonis Haslem back, man. I know Udonis was like, man, this is my city. This is my state. I played in Florida, not you. He's like, I got the ring. I got the ring, not you. I got the NCAA titles, not you. But I mean, like I said, this can either make the Heat or it could break them, man. I don't I mean, stuff like this happens. It's just like the whole Dwight Howard and AD situation. You know, D Wade got into it with Gary Payton. There's something about Miami though. Brian was about to hit Mario Chalmers. It's some about the Heat, man. They always, for some reason, they always getting into it. But yeah, I was shocked. I was shocked that took. I wasn't shocked from a standpoint of guys getting into it and all that other stuff because everybody's competitive and everybody wants to win. But I was shocked of who it was. But you know, Jimmy Jimmy Butler is not the most well liked person at times, man. You got to understand that. I mean, he he he'll get to you. Yeah. Um. Yeah. Mike Tyson, man. Listen, I talked about that yesterday, Lou. I guess y'all not getting my notifications, but anyways, man, I talked about that yesterday. And the guy was at the comedy club. Shout out to Blue Blood Boxing, because he was the one that reported it first. Well, I saw him. If you haven't subbed to Blue Blood, go sub to his channel. Um, he had went to a comedy club, and Mike Tyson was there, and one of the fans had challenged him to a duel. He challenged him to a fight outside, and Mike Tyson, the security was trying to de-escalate everything. The guy he drawed his gun, Lou. He drawed his gun and cocked it and was ready and Mike Tyson did not flinch or anything. He was calm and went to give the dude a hug. But you got to realize, man, Mike Tyson, Mike Tyson from I'm not saying it's all about where you from and all that other stuff. You could be from the smallest town, but he from Brownsville, Brooklyn. So it's like and he went to him. But I'm just saying though, the magnitude of everybody was like, ready to brace themselves on what could have happened. But see, what you're not realizing is that something very dangerous could have happened, not only to Mike Tyson, but everybody else. But in that situation, a lot of people don't know that you're taught to be calm. I know that Mike Tyson had probably taken exercises like mental exercises like yoga and Pilates, also psychological exercises and stuff because if it when you take those different classes and stuff like that, they teach you to be calm. Like when you're in the military or law enforcement stuff like that, you're trained not to panic. And as an athlete, believe it or not, you're trained not to panic either. You're trained to keep your well, the vast majority of athletes are trained to keep their composure. That's why like when you go to the NFL combine or you go to like the NBA, You have to take a psychological exam. Did you know that, Lou? You got to take when you go to the NFL Combine, they make you take a psychological exam. Because they're gonna ask you questions like, "Are are you feeling okay today? Have you had thoughts of killing yourself or killing somebody else or something like that?" Because it has an effect on what you're doing on the floor. A guy might piss you off, and you might know you might have something in your arsenal that he doesn't know about, and he might say something to you messed up, and you be ready to, you know, kill the guy because of just straight adrenaline. And then after that adrenaline wears down, then guess what? You like, damn, what did I do? It happens a lot, man. You got a lot of guys that come in there that have PTSD because of certain situations that had happened, just like this situation right here. It's it's a lot of guys have had traumatic experiences. Yeah, you got to remain calm. But a lot of people, they've never had that happen before. They've never had, they're terrified, and some of the people that draw the gun have never shot a gun themselves, have never operated. Yeah, to cop. Yeah, that's facts, True Viking. And even, like True Viking, because she in martial arts and stuff, you're taught to remain calm. That's what my daughter is working on now. Yeah, you get amped, da 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 da. You get ready and stuff like that. Like she was nervous at her first tournament, like nervous. She was hugging on my leg and stuff like that, and I told her get off me. You gotta you're gonna have to face it. And guess what? She got her ass out there, and she was up in there encouraging the other kids that was scared to compete in the tournament. But it teaches you a lot of discipline, a lot of focus and stuff. I recommend it to a lot of people. I recommend, even if it's not martial arts, I recommend, you taking like yoga or Pilates and stuff like that. But people look, oh man, that's for white folks. Oh man, that's for other races and stuff like that. No, it's not. Errol Spence, he takes heated yoga. But you know what though? Being nervous, I was taught, Lou, before a basketball game, or even before, I only played 1 year of football, but before a basketball game, I wasn't nervous about. Believe it or not, I was nervous about. Uh, I was nervous about losing. That the butterflies and stuff like that. That's gonna happen. These guys, I never threw up before a game, before a track meet. None of that stuff. I never threw up. I would see guys, some of the biggest, the athletes, the best athletes I've been around, man. They would throw up before a game, Lou. But I never did that. I think probably I would be, more too excited more than anything. I think I can name a handful of times when I was nervous because I was shell shocked at a young age. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom took all that stuff. Yeah, you got to meditate, man. You got to meditate. Keep your calm. Keep a presence in mind, man. A lot of people they look at meditation as, oh man, that's for that's for cowards and stuff like that. No, it helps you out a lot. Whatever form of meditation that you do. But I'm finna go ahead and I'm finna shut it down, man. I appreciate y'all pulling up. I appreciate the homie Lou the Rider, man. Go sub to his channel. And True Viking, I appreciate you pulling up, sweetie. And Alex, I appreciate y'all pulling up, man. Like the video, share it, subscribe, hit the notification. Polo Sports Talking Entertainment. I'll get at you later.